वीरा वरदण्ड मण्डित गया श्वेत पद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युत शंकर प्रकृतिवीर देवै सदा वन्दिता क्षमा पातु सरस्वती भगवती
Hello.
ॐ तत्सत् श्री नारायण पुरुषोत्तम गुरुतु शीघ्रमोदतु सन्त विनायक सविता पावकतु ब्रह्ममददतु यः वशक्तितु निसूपिता प्रभुतु रुद्रविष्णुतु रामकृष्णतु रविवताहोतु वासुदेवगौ विश्वरूपतु चिदानन्दहरितु अद्वितीयतु अकालनिर्भय आत्मलीक शिवतु ॐ तत्सत् श्री नारायण पुरुषोत्तम गुरु ॐ तत्सत् श्री नारायण पुरुषोत्तम गुरुतु शीघ्रमोदतु सन्त विनायक सविता पावकतु
Okay, so on that beautiful note, we will begin the proceeding with today's session. So, first of all, as a welcome speech, I would like to introduce our HOD and the very so energetic personality of the computer department of Bharati Vidyapit College of Engineering, Lovely, that is Dr. UC Patkar sir. Just before I call him, I would like to give a few introduction points about him. He's a holder of a PhD, master's, and bachelor's degree with an experience of over 18 years. In his due course, he has filed more than 20 patents and 40 plus paper publications in both international and national journals. He is a great motivational speaker and is regularly called upon as an honored guest in a number of conferences and events. Dr. UC Patkar sir, I kindly
Hello, can you hear me? Hello.
yes, you're audible. Please proceed.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. I, Dr. Uday Patkar, HOD, Department of Computer Engineering, Bharati Vidyapit's College of Engineering, Lavle, Pune, would like to welcome all the dignitaries, all the heads of the department, all the 181 participants, and my dear friends, in today's one-day faculty development program on artificial intelligence. Computer Engineering Department was established in the year 2012 with the department vision is to create the highly competent student with intent to serve the society. Our department have 12 faculty members, out of which 2 faculties are already done their PhD and 10 are doing their PhD from recognized universities. So far, computer department have published 152 papers in UGC approved journals and 27 patents on our name. We nourish the startup culture in our department, and as a result, we have already 5 startups running in our department. Our students' result marks us proud always, and since last 6 years, we have 100% result for final year student and more than 95% result for third year students. We are proudly associated with Computer Society of India and IEEE student chapter. Computer Engineering Department on its own run different association and committed in student faculty's partnership with the vision of to build the entrepreneurship and leadership among the students by organizing activities and events throughout the year. From last 5 years, we are providing the final year students project sponsorship from various government organizations and software companies such as DRDO, IMD, SCL, Kiros Software, eMastro Software, Mass Technology, and many more. With such a background and support, the result is obvious too. Last year, one of our student, Madhura and I got placed with New Sigma Business Solutions Private Limited, Bangalore on a package of 40 lakh rupees over 2 years. Last but not least, I especially thanks to Dr. Varsha Patil Madam, Chairman BOS Computer SPPU, Dr. Parikshit Mahalle sir, BOS member SPPU, Dr. Pramod Patil sir, BOS member Savitribai Phule University, and all the BOS members for giving me the golden opportunity to conduct the Artificial Intelligence One-Day Faculty Development Program. I also welcome and thankful to our respected experts, Dr. Jayasri Prasad Madam, Dr. K. Rajeshwari Madam, and Dr. D.P. Gaikwad sir for giving their valuable guidance to all of us as an expert for today's wonderful AI Faculty Development Program. I also thankful to our respected principal, Dr. R.N. Patil sir, for continuous support and guidance to conduct the AI Faculty Development Program. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for that, sir. On that note, I would now like to welcome our dynamic principal, Dr. R.N. Patil sir, for the inaugural speech. And just before that, I once again like to introduce him. He is also the holder of a PhD, master's, and bachelor's degree with an experience of over 30 years. It's always said that with great power comes great responsibility. And Dr. R.N. Patil not only just justifies this statement but wholeheartedly fulfilled all the needs in leading our beloved college toward the path of great success. Recent records of the success of our college, not only in the department of placements but the research work, are proof of his hard work and dedication towards the betterment of student and faculties. Under his dynamic leadership, only in a short period, he has already helped a lot of students and faculties in reaching the heights of their potential, which it was still unknown for them. I now hand over it to our principal, respected Dr. R.N. Patil, sir.
Good morning, everyone. Hope I am audible because we need to take a check before I start. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Kindly proceed.
Okay. Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. All the uh, participants who are attending this FDP today, and the most importantly, the office bearers and the experts from the SPPU. Dr. Varsha Patil, BOS Chairman in Computer Engineering, Dr. Parikshit Mahalle, BOS Member, Dr. Pramod Patil, Dr. Jayashree Prasad, Dr. K. Rajeshwari, Dr. D.P. Gaikwad, all these members who have assured us to make this program quite successful, and I welcome all of you here for this FDP. Had not been there the COVID pandemic, I would have really loved to have all of you on our campus and make a great FDP. But unfortunately, the situation, especially in Pune, does not permit it. And another thing is actually that is in favor of all of us. that because of COVID pandemic, as we are conducting it in online mode, everybody could make it possible, and we are here. So every coin has two sides. So likewise, the better side is this. So this College of Engineering, which is one of the youngest engineering colleges under the ambits of Bharati Vidyapit, out of our six engineering colleges spread right from Delhi to Kolhapur. This is the youngest college which was established in year 2012, slightly away from the city, but in located at a picturesque landscape with around more than 280 acres of overall campus, and it's still in the phase of development. And presently, this is the only institute running on this campus with the branches in computer, civil engineering, mechanical engineering, and electronics and telecommunication engineering. In spite of the fact we are facing lot many challenges as of now, we are trying to develop ourselves, develop our students under the able leadership of Honorable Dr. Vishwajit Ji Kadam, who is the Minister at the Government of Maharashtra, then Chancellor of Bharati Vidyapit deemed to be University, Dr. Shivaji Rao Kadam. So we have got excellent guidance to develop ourselves and this institute. So with the all challenges which are coming across our ways, we have tried to focus, as the motto of Bharati Vidyapit is Gatiman Shikshanatum Parivartan. So we are trying to have this motto imbibed on our minds or on our brains. We are trying to implement it. So out of all these challenges as of now, as Professor Patkar said about his department, computer engineering, we are working on different fronts, especially on the placement, research, and the innovation. So it's worth to mention about certain achievements, like as all of you are aware that Ministry of Education has started with the concept of the innovation cells at the various institutes, and I am glad to share with you that our innovation cell has got 4.5 star ranking out of 5 stars, and it is one among the few select colleges across the India. And with the performance in the same, we are granted the status of mentor institute. Probably being one of the youngest institute in that sector, we could achieve that status of being a mentor for other institutes. In continuation with that, we have signed MOU with Symbiosis International University for the innovation and the research activities. We further have our achievements in AICT CIS survey as well. The most coveted category in AICT CIS survey, which is the platinum category, the topmost ranking. We are holding platinum ranking for our interaction with the industries, and on various fronts we have more than around 50 MOUs with industries, and instead of increasing the number, we are taking care that this MOU are giving us some fruits, or those are live and the meaningful MOUs, not the MOU signed for the sake of some accreditation purposes and all. Especially during this pandemic, there was a great concern about the mm, how the students will learn. So we have subscribed to certain like Microsoft Teams. We have subscription. We have the assessment systems using some other platforms like Edhitch, and we are doing much better with all those digital tools. So over the period, our faculty members and students have adapted to this new technology, and in the similar way, for extending our library facility, we have started with the digital library. We have founded India Like Club in the institute, and every student is a member of this India Like Club, and uh, they have access to a huge number of books, including engineering, arts, commerce, everything. So, learning should not be a bar, is the concept that we have. In area of the patent, also we are working in a considerable way. The topic for this today's FDP, new subject being introduced, that is artificial intelligence at the computer engineering department, which has become a buzzword today, and we need to have a thorough training of faculty members before actually we start teaching it to the students, because in this era of NAC accreditation or NBA accreditation, or maybe the Abbott accreditation, we have learned a new thing that we should be focused on the course outcomes. Probably when all of us, when we graduated, no one used to tell us that what is takeaway of any particular subject that we studied. So we used to pick it up at our end, so what we understood, and that was our takeaway. But now with this course outcomes well defined, now we can tell the students that why you should study this subject, and finally out of this what you are going to learn and what will be useful. Probably this is the best way. And now with this kind of workshops, we are would be training all our faculty members who would be teaching this subject for the first time, and as a part of quality mandate, we can say that the level of teaching, level of assessment, everything will be at par with all institute, irrespective of the fact where that institute is located. It may be located in, say, a city like Pune, where we have access or we have uh, communication with many of the industries, but at the same time there are some educational institutes imparting education in field of engineering, maybe at very remote places, probably from their location for about 50 kilometers. Not even a small industry or a small software company would be located. And for those teachers, probably the access to industry persons would be very limited, and there may be certain challenges they may be facing while imparting education of that particular subject, while teaching that particular subject and having interaction. So this kind of platforms is really a very nice initiative which SPPU, office bearers, and the members of board of studies they are taking, so that quality of teaching of this particular subject, assessment and practicals will be maintained at par. So at this note, I again thank all the members of board of studies, chairman board of studies, for giving us this opportunity to host this workshop on our virtual campus, I can say. So I'm really thank everybody you, and hope we'll have this fantastic session, and it will be an excellent learning experience for all the participants. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much, respected principal sir, for that for that lovely inaugural speech. And now, moving ahead, I would like to, for a very motivational speech, I would like to welcome our BOS member, Dr. Pramod Patil. And before that, I would like to just once again introduce him. And just a disclaimer to all the participants. As we all know, our guests for today, they have accomplished so much during their tenure of their experience. So you will find a very strict introduction format which I'll be using today, because if I mention each and every bit of the awards and achievement they have done, I think a 3-day FDP program also won't be enough for that duration. So kindly just excuse me on that. And moving ahead with the brief introduction, Dr. Pramod Patil, as we all know, is a BOS member. He is the principal of DY Patil Institute of Technology. He has filed two patents and one copyrights to his credit, and has more than 50 research articles in national and international journals and conferences. He is judged for a Best Paper Award in International Conference and National Conference for Paper Presentation held at Vellore Institute of Technology. He is a holder of PhD, master's, and bachelor's degree with experience of over 20 years. He has successfully organized and conducted national conferences on distributed computing, data analytics, research methodology sponsored by Pune University and Infosys Technology. He is also the author of book Programming Paradigm and Methodology. He is recipient of many awards and recognition and also an integral member of a lot of committees. So I once again welcome you, sir, and I would kindly request you to please come forward and begin with your speech.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for my introduction. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, please go ahead.
Yeah. Actually, I'm at home. My video is off due to low bandwidth. Uh, Very good morning to all of you. First of all, I would like to thanks to Department of Computer Engineering, Professor UC Patkar sir, for taking this nice initiative to organize faculty development programs on implementation of syllabus of subject artificial intelligence. Respected Chairman Dr. Varsha Patil Madam, respected Principal of Symbiosis College of Engineering, Lavde, Dr. R.N. Patil Sir, our speakers for today's faculty development program, Dr. Jayashree Prasad Madam, Dr. Rajeshri Madam, then Dr. D.P. Gaikwad Sir. We are very thankful to all these speakers. They have accepted our invitation and ready for giving session on various topic of this subject. Dear participants, my dear friends at university level, on behalf of Board of Studies Computer Engineering, I welcome you all for this faculty development program. This is the phase of implementation now. So we have to be very specific now because already we have done a lot of exercise for framing the syllabus of this particular subject, and there a lot of people, they have taken efforts, they have given their contribution, they have given their suggestions, and all those suggestions have been incorporated, and we came up with these topics of this particular subject at the university level. Now the Department of Computer Engineering, they have taken this initiative to implement this at the university level. So we need to understand few things out of it, because design and development of the curriculum is one side and implementation is another side. So while we design and develop this curriculum, we were few points in our minds. As Dr. R.N. Patil sir has already mentioned it, that the course outcome is very, very important. But at the same time, while we frame the syllabus of this particular subject, we have kept industry in our mind and we took input from the industry as well. I think Dr. Jayashree Prasad Madam, Rajeshwari Madam, D.P. Gaikwad Sir were the part of this particular team while framing the syllabus. And we had a team of the expert from the academia and expert from the industry as well. And both of them sat together and they have framed this particular syllabus. At the same time, they have framed the course outcome and course objectives for this particular subject. We need to understand, yes, there is a scope for modifying the course objectives as well as course outcome. It is not the fixed at the university level. These are the some of the suggestions given by the experts. Based on that, they have designed the course objectives and course outcome. But I think this platform we can use for certain things for the implementation of this particular subject. And I think we can take all those liberties from the Board of Studies, and we can certainly discuss about the course objectives and course outcome at the beginning of this implementation. Then later on, we have to understand how each and every topic of each and every unit, if you see the syllabus of this particular subject, it is divided into 6 units, right? So each and every unit has got different topics. So we have to map all those topics with the course objectives as well as course outcome. That I think when Jayshree Prasad madam will discuss about the topics, so we have to understand the mapping of each and every topic with the course objectives as well as course outcome that need to be discussed. And if somebody is having some suggestion, they can put forward and they can give suggestions on the mapping as well, because mapping is also given in the syllabus copy. Learning material is available definitely. Everything is mentioned in the references, everything is mentioned in the textbooks. So please discuss those things also while delivering the topics to the faculty members. This is the faculty development programs. We are not going to teach to the students. This forum we can use for more about discussions. So discussion not from one side, we need to have inputs from other side as well. So while we discuss some topics, we need to discuss so many things about it. So what are the application, how this topic is being used in the industry? So all these things must be discussed while delivering the contents to the participants. Then of course we have to come up with the assessment part also, as Haren Patil sir has rightly mentioned. It should be standardized somewhere, and it should not be like at one particular college there should be some other strategies, at some other college have got different strategies. It should not be like that. So I think we can use this particular forum to identify the some standard formats for assessing the student for this particular subject. Still we are on online mode. We have to consider the guidelines of the university. Accordingly we can discuss about the strategies for the assessment, about the strategies for the theory as well as practical examinations. Mostly this subject is for the theory, at least. So we have to discuss the examination pattern as well on this particular platform, and accordingly we have to frame some of the question banks unit wise, you can say, which can be useful for the students for their examination, whether it is online examination or offline examination. We have to be ready with both, and definitely that will be a great guidelines for each and every teacher while they will go back and they will start to teach each and every topic to the students. But my suggestion to you is that we need to understand the outcome of each and every topic, and we need to understand the application and the importance of each and every topic in the industry nowadays for this particular subject. Dear participants, please see that this subject was an elective in final year in last syllabus pattern, previous syllabus pattern. Now we have brought this particular subject at third year. So we have to see that the complexity of this particular subject at the third year level, that also need to be discussed, and how we can use the best pedagogy for delivering the contents to the students by which they can easily learn each and every topic thoroughly. That is very, very important. And I think all the speakers, Dr. Jayshree Madam and her team will definitely make sure that how they can make each and every topic so simple for the teacher who are going to deliver the topics to the students for their learning ability. So with these words, once again, let me congratulate to Dr. Patkar sir for taking this initiative and organize this faculty development program in association with Board of Studies Computer Engineering. Yes, of course, Varsha madam is there. She will guide us that how Board of Studies is working under his dynamic leadership, and we are taking a lot of initiatives at the university level, and I think our board under the guidance of Varsha madam, we are also taking some initiative at the university level. So thank you very much, Patkar sir, for inviting me and giving me an opportunity to interact with all our faculty members and all our friends. Thank you very much. Varsha madam, welcome and thank you very much for giving us an opportunity.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for that lovely speech, sir. I think we'll definitely look forward to working on that. And moving ahead now, I would kindly request our respected BOS chairman, Dr. Varsha H. Patil, ma'am, to come forward and give us and throw us some light on today's session and the informative part of it. And before I welcome her, I would again like to give a brief introduction about her and Professor Dr. V.H. Patil ma'am is currently working as professor and head of computer engineering department with the additional responsibility of vice principal at Matoshri College of Engineering and Research Center, Nasik. At Savitribai Phule University, she is currently leading as the chairman of Board of Studies for Computer Engineering Department. She is the recipient of many number of honors and awards which cannot be put into words. She has an experience of over 31 years. In terms of research, she has filed 3 patents, 11 copyrights, and over 55 research papers in international and national journals, along with several articles in various newspapers and magazines. She has also given her contribution through publishing and working on more than 8 books. She is also the member of various committees through which she has made a lot of effort in making sure that it is beneficial for the changing lives in our students. So I once again welcome you, ma'am, to today's program, and I kindly request you to take the forum.
Thank you very much for a wonderful introduction. And I congratulate R.N. Patil sir and Uday Patkar sir for taking initiative on behalf of authorities.
Yes, I think Dr. Varsha Patil ma'am is facing some network congestion. I kindly request everyone to wait for a couple of minutes so that her network is sorted and she'll be back with us soon.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am,
sir.
you're back online. Yes.
I'm putting my video off as there are many difficulties. We need to train teachers as how to teach this particular subject more effectively to the students. And as very rightly said by Mr. R.N. Patil sir, that gone those days when we were not knowing about what is outcome based education. We were not knowing about exactly what are course outcomes, what are course objectives, how what we mean by attending those attainment of those course outcomes. This NAC, NBA, outcome-based education, these words have, these all accreditation and these words have taught us exactly how to look ahead. We are now aware of like what is course attainment, but how exactly, what efforts to put so that these course attainments are attained up to the expected level. The other thing which was very rightly said by Pramod Patil sir is we have to keep an eye on what is happening at industry. We have to see what industry expects, because it very often happens that what industry people say, they say that your students are not ready to use products, your students are knowing about what is the definition of AI, but they do not know where to use AI effectively, how to use it, what are the applications or whatever are the recent tools, they are unable to use it. So we want our students to learn, have a knowledge of the course, plus we want them to have good skills of utilizing it at the application level, use all platforms, tools, languages, and they should able to come up with developing a small application which uses the knowledge of AI. We want our students to understand where the AI is serving at industry. What could be the biggest picture of using AI? They all know about. Now everybody knows about what is AI, how it is useful. But if we start with, like I suggest, we have a very good resource persons like Rajeshwari ma'am and Jayashri Prasad ma'am, some Gaikwad sir, I do not know who are the industry representatives. They all are going to tell you how to effectively teach this course. But I have one more suggestion, which is very first day, if every teacher forms a small group of 4 to 5 or 6 students in the class, and very first day give them some problem statement, and throughout the semester, whatever the concepts they learn for this particular course AI, if they can apply, utilize them, those concepts, and come up with a very small application which they develop by their own, then that will be real achievement of teaching the courses. We have defined course outcomes, course objectives. I appreciate efforts put by Dr. Pramod Patil sir in designing such a wonderful third year curriculum along with the whole team of all the teachers of Pune University. At Savitribai Phule Pune University, Board of Studies is just a group of 13 members, where 3 are from industry, like Mr. Khillari, Mr. Venkatesh, Mr. Sachin Loda sir. These are the excellent industry personalities we have with us. They are scientists, they are entrepreneurs, and they give very good inputs. We have senior persons like Sane sir and Manik Duvre sir. We have a young teachers, strong dynamic people like Mahalle sir, Arvi Patil sir, Itkar ma'am. Then we have Pramod Patil sir. These all are putting their efforts along with Gitanjali Kaya ma'am and everyone. They put their efforts, and with the help of you all teachers who actually work, former teams, and come up with the strong draft of a curriculum. Later, we just share it with many industry persons, experts, and then we refine it, and it comes back to you again. But while working on those, you have wonderfully defined course objectives and outcomes. I'm very happy to say that Board of Studies Computer Engineering is the pioneering Board of Studies at the university who has come up with such a beautiful structure of a curriculum, where we start with the preface till end. At the end, we have a team members who have worked for this. So any person who wants to show that I have contributed for this particular course, in spite of those certificates and all, this curriculum, last page you can put forward to show that these are industry representatives, these are teacher representatives, and see, this is, I'm part of team leader or a member. And when this curriculum with your help comes to this implementation stage, now it's time to again look at it with respect to how well we can impart it to the students. So you have a choice. You can change course objectives, you can change, refine course outcomes, but try to understand in our curriculum structure, as I said, I request R.N. Patil sir also to have a look at our curriculum structure. We have a course title, then credit, exam scheme, everything we give. Further to that, after course objectives and outcomes, for every unit, we define course outcomes, that this particular unit is mapping to which course outcomes. Further to that, we have case studies and exemplars, which are excluded from the examination because we don't want students to write short note on some case study. It happens with the students that they learn some concept, but they cannot correlate with the existing practical knowledge. So what we have done is, for every unit, there are case studies, which is some recent example, live application, which is in use in market. So they easily try to correlate. And at the end of every course, there are many links provided for MOOC courses, which are massively open courses, certification courses, which students can opt. There are many links which are open access links for students to perform some virtual practicals. Then at the end, we also have a table which indicates that this particular course outcomes of this particular course are mapping to which program outcomes. So at the start of our curriculum, we give program outcomes, which are defined by NBA. And now teacher and student both have an idea that if I learn this particular course, what is takeaway from this? What is expected from me to learn and implement the knowledge in what way? Plus, for program outcomes, at the end of 4 years of his engineering, we expect student to serve as an engineer with some expected program outcomes. So we also map it. So this is at some courses, this mapping, defining CO may not be 100% correct, but it's a exercise through which all teachers and students learn all those concepts. So we have tried our level best to come up with the curriculum which is as a whole complete. Further thing what happen is in teachers control. It's in their hand, and they are real role players who will be standing in front of students in the class and teaching them. Though we are taking at present in online mode, but at our campus we have purchased web space, like we have our own cloud, and we have our own team of software developers, and we have developed a very good platform where every teacher is given some space where he uploads his video lectures. So even though we are in online mode, we conduct online lectures. Plus, you can create some animated videos, you can create some applications, videos, and those can be uploaded and we can share. At the university level, we can treat it as a common platform and we can share the expertise. And surely taking a benefit of this online mode, whoever is having a best way, like Pramod Patil sir said that we want inputs from other side also. We want some teachers to share their experience that this is how I taught this particular topic with the help of this tool and with the help of this particular case study, and it was an excellent way of teaching. If you share your expertise, it will be useful to everyone of this particular teacher fraternity. And one thing Patkar sir had told me to share with teachers, this particular semester, we have to assign students, like we have to grade students, and there are 4 credits for internship. It's a misunderstanding among many teachers that internship is to be conducted during the semester. Please try to understand, as per AICT guidelines, internship has to be physically at industry. Leave aside the today's scenario, but they have to complete it during vacation. So 3rd year semester, we will start 1 month late than others. This COVID has disturbed whole of our timetables, but still 1 complete month we have to give, 4 weeks we have to give to 3rd year students for internship, and those 4 credit can be assigned during the semester. So there is no workload, there are no hours per week for this current semester timetable. Internship has to be completed during vacation only as per AICT guidelines. Nothing to be done during semester. And as we are utilizing 1 month for internship, we get less week for academics. This is why for 3 credit course, instead of 3 hours per week, we have 4 hours per week. This is the solution which I have come up with. I shared with university. All authorities have accepted it, and I'm very happy that our solution has been followed by all remaining board of studies too. This was, and any other query, Patkar sir, you wanted me to clear?
No, madam. No, madam. No. Thank you.
So I once again thank Aren Patil sir, management, and Patkar sir for hosting FDP for artificial intelligence. I once again dil se thank, big thank to Pramod Patil sir, who under whose leadership the 3rd year curriculum excellent draft has been prepared. And I have already assigned a responsibility of 4th year curriculum to him. So I am sure that he is going to shoulder it very well as for the 3rd year. And all of you, please contribute for 4th year curriculum also, so that it comes up as excellent as the 3rd year curriculum and 2nd year curriculum is. With these words, I thank the host and I congratulate all the participants for joining today's FDP. Thank you. Good day.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you so much for that very informative bits, ma'am. We really like to thank you once again. And with that, now I would like to call upon our professor of computer department, Professor Prajakta Pawar, ma'am, to initiate with the vote of thanks for this inaugural part of today's program before we begin with the sessions.
Just a minute, please. I'm interrupting.
Yes,
Varsha Patel, madam, may I request you one thing? Are you there, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Madam, may I request you one thing?
Yes, sir.
Uh, Please spread this virus of perfection to all board of studies so that every board of studies will give effective things to us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your kind words, sir. Yes, we all worked together, and Dean sir last year in one of the meetings where all BOS and other faculty members were available, they appreciated the work of computer board. So we are
That,
very much
that,
thankful to everyone.
I don't want to quote about other board of studies. That is not my right also. But I will again repeat the same thing. Let this virus of perfection reach to every board of studies. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
yes, thank you so much for that. Prajakta ma'am, could you please proceed?
Yes, Sujay. Good morning, all. I, Professor Prajakta Pawar, on behalf of Department of Computer Engineering, Bharati Vidyapit College of Engineering, Lovely, Pune, extend a very heartily vote of thanks to all the honorable delegates who took out valuable time from their busy schedule and blessed us with their presence for today's inauguration ceremony for this FDP. I extend my sincere thanks to Dr. Varsha Patil, Madam, Chairman of Board of Studies, Savitribai Phule Pune University. Madam, thank you so much for your inspiring words. Also, I would like to thank Dr. Pramod Patil, sir, Member Board of Studies, Savitribai Phule Pune University, for the insightful words and the address. Thank you, sir. Along with it, I would also like to thank Dr. Parikshit Mahalle sir, Board of Studies member, Savitribai Phule Pune University. And importantly, I also would like to thank today's experts, Dr. Jayasri Prasad Madam, Dr. K. Rajeswari Madam, and Dr. D.P. Gaikwad Sir. Thank you for accepting our invitation and for being present here for today's inauguration ceremony. Also, I would like to thank our motivation, Dr. R.M. Patil sir, our principal, Bharati Vidyapit College of Engineering, Lovely, Pune. And last but not the least, our continuous support, our HOD, Computer Engineering Department, Dr. UC Patkar sir. Thank you, everyone. And also, I would like to thank all the faculties and all 194 participants for joining this inauguration ceremony. Thank you, everyone. And I wish you all for a good learning and today's learning experience. All the best. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much for that, ma'am. So moving ahead, now we come towards the business part of our today's program. And just a quick reminder of the instructions. Once again, I request everyone to please be on mute during our guest presentation and kindly reserve your questions for the later part where at the end of each session, there will be a Q&A session where you can type in the questions in the chat box and on your behalf I can ask those questions, or you can kindly unmute yourself during that Q&A part and ask the questions. And once again, just a slight inconvenience from my side will be caused to the guest, as I will be reminding them towards the end of 10 minutes when their session will need to be concluded. So when there is 10 minutes left, I will come forward and just give you a kind reminder And yes, so now moving ahead with the first session of today's program, we have with us Dr. Jayashree Prasad. She'll be our first honorable speaker for the day who will guide us through the first two units of the intended topic for today's program. She's currently working as a professor at MIT University, Pune. She's a proud holder of a PhD, BE, and ME degree in computer science and engineering with an experience of over 25 years. Her research work can be seen in 50 journals, 40 conferences, coming at majorly international level along with some at national level. Recently, she had three of her papers recognized among the top 10 papers and held that position for several weeks. With this, she is also the recipient of a number of awards and recognition throughout her career. A special collaboration with Oxford University Elsewhere Social Science Research Network, leading as AI and ML expert in collaborative research. She's also filed a number of patents and copyrights, and she's also regularly been invited as an honored speaker at a number of conferences and events. So, without wasting any further time, I kindly request Dr. Jayashree ma'am to please begin with her session.
Thank you, Joseph. I would just like to know at what time I have to conclude my session. It is almost 10:40.
Yes, ma'am, according to the details which I have received, somewhere around 12:30 to 12:40, we
Okay.
expect the first session to be concluded.
No, no,
Okay.
no. Uzay, sorry to disturb you, madam. We have to complete our first session within 1.5 hours. Okay, madam.
Yes,
Please.
yes.
Yes,
Okay.
11:40. Sorry, yes, sorry for that. Yeah, it's 11:40. Somewhere around that, we'll be concluding our first session.
Okay. Okay. Uh, is it visible? I hope the presentation is visible.
Yes, madam.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Okay. So without wasting time, let's start. So the responsibility which I will be shouldering is to give overview of first two units, and that's why I have displayed the syllabus of first two units. As you can see, unit 1 is introduction and unit 2 is problem solving. So
Excuse me,
these,
ma'am.
yes,
Sorry for interruption, but I think the slide is still on the first slide. I request if you can put it on full screen, please.
yes, I have made a
Uh,
slideshow
Actually, it's not being shown here, ma'am.
because
If you can
Shall I interrupt you,
reshare
ma'am?
your screen, please.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
is it visible right now?
Yes,
The
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes.
syllabus slide.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I will make it slight larger because what I have observed is when I am playing it as a slideshow, it gets stuck up. So if it is okay this way, I
Yes,
can
ma'am. It's clearly
oh,
visible, ma'am. Please continue.
okay, okay. So these are the syllabus of first two units. First unit deals with introduction. So in this, the topics which are mainly are what is artificial intelligence, foundations of artificial intelligence, and mainly some introductory part of artificial intelligence. Again, there is a case study which is mentioned here for Kroger, and mapping is also provided. Similarly, the second unit deals with problem solving. So instead of speaking out the contents of syllabus, I hope you all have the syllabus. So what major points we need to cover in the first unit itself? So one thing you might have observed along with me, this may be your experience. Currently, we have completed the admission process of engineering, and we may have seen a lot of interest among parents and students also. There is a wide fascination for the subject artificial intelligence, and everybody is speaking about artificial intelligence. All ordinary citizens also, I should not use the word ordinary, all citizens or parents who are not actually from any technical background, and they are just having a fascination of engineering, they are also after artificial intelligence. Now it's a matter of research that whether they really know what comes under artificial intelligence, but we can just realize that everybody is having some kind of fascination, or there is a glamour behind these buzzwords like artificial intelligence, machine learning, and there may be many reasons for this, because social media is so popular, and there are many things which through social media people are getting attracted with. And we are using smartphones, smart technologies, smart applications. We are, and due to pandemic everything is online. Now all KG students are even learning online. There are different applications, there are various platforms, and even our small vegetable vendors and all, our grocery vendors and all kinds of vendors through which we interact daily. We are using online payment options and various applications. And I think this transition from offline to online during these 2 years due to pandemic has created a lot of, I think, glamour to this artificial intelligence. I think there is a lot of disturbance. Someone is, there is a lot of more.
Yes, ma'am, I'll just look into it. Yes,
Yes.
please continue.
So there is a glamour for this around this particular branch of engineering, artificial intelligence, and that's why it becomes our responsibility as a teachers to give appropriate justification to the contents we are delivering. So in the first unit itself, it's our responsibility to convey all the state of art technologies to the students. Now, because this is a faculty development program for all the respected teachers, I see various senior names also, see names of various senior people in the participant list. So, there are many responsible teachers also, and there are some teachers who might be teaching this subject for the first time. So when this task of syllabus setting came to us in around somewhere around January last year, January to February last year, I think Dr. Varsha Patil madam and Dr. Pramod Patil, who created a forum and a group, a large group was formulated, and the syllabus discussions started almost 1 year back, and we could come up with the final draft of the syllabus around in I think March end or April second week. And then we had a lot of brainstorming meetings during the syllabus formulation, and there were very good guidelines which we received from Dr. Varsha Patil madam and Dr. Pramod Patil sir and his team, and they were so keen that they got everything done from us, like from COPO mapping and inclusion of all kinds of links and case studies. So if you see this syllabus, then everything is catered to you with a well organized format. So already there are many resources which are already given in the syllabus, but still it's my responsibility as the group leader. I was a coordinator for this AI syllabus. So it's my responsibility to explain to you that how we came up with the syllabus. The first thing, we were facing the challenge of physically going to the libraries and our colleges. So the first and foremost intention of using this book for artificial intelligence, a modern approach by Peter Norvig, um, I selected this book for the syllabus. So if you see the syllabus, the whole syllabus is based on the single book, which is a classic textbook, we can say. I will just make it. Okay, it's a classical text. I call it as classical textbook. And when I encountered with this book, it's a very good book. Now again, I'm explaining all these. I'm talking about all these resources in details instead of syllabus contents, because as Pramod sir rightly said that this session should be more interactive session, where there should be more discussion on resources rather than the contents of syllabus and the links to the material which can be made available. So the first thing which I would like to make you aware about it is that this book is available in soft copy form, and you can download it from Google. This is the third edition which I'm showing. Right now we have fourth edition, fifth edition is also there. So on some of the authorized links, you can get the PDFs of fourth and fifth editions, but the third edition can also be used as a baseline edition because all the syllabus contents are taken from this book. So PDF is available. And one more good thing which I would like to tell you about this book is the resources. I hope you can see this slide right now. The resources slide.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this book has already a resource page which is published by the publication Pearson, and by Stuart Russell and Peter Norvig. And as you can see, for this whole book, uh, you can find out exercises, figures, all the diagrams. If you are preparing your own PPT, you can get all the diagrams in PDF format. There are codes also available, whatever the programs and examples they have discussed in this book. The codes are available, pseudo codes are available in PDF format. And the most important and attractive thing about this resource page is, on each and every topic, they have got their PPTs available. Ready-made PPTs on each and every point of this book is already available, so you need not do anything. So the benefit of using this book was this, because it is a classical book, and if you read this book, it's so reader friendly that you understand and you tend to read the whole topic, whichever you are starting for reading. It's very reader friendly and very good book, which I found personally, and there is experience of all other speakers. Definitely, I think this is a very good book for AI. Apart from the classic Rich and Knight, which we used to study in our graduation times, this is one of the book which I wanted to recommend, and the syllabus is whole syllabus is found, which is the topic of many of our concern, that there should be one book from which we can take the whole syllabus from. So these are the course objectives and course outcome. Just for the information, if you I'm sharing this PPT with Dr. Patkar sir, and I will also post it on the WhatsApp group. And so it can be used for you as a teaching, for first 2 units you can use it for teaching. So although the PPT is quite bulky, I will be skipping some of the part. So this was just for convenience, I put it. So CEOs and course objectives and course outcomes. And this is again just a screenshot from the book, that the syllabus points and where they can be located in the book. For example, in the introduction, that is first unit, can be found in the first introduction part of this book, and you can see the page numbers also. So this is the first 2 chapters of this unit, first 2 chapters of this book, which formulate the first unit of AI. And this is the second unit of our syllabus, which can be which is based on chapter number 3 and chapter number 4 of this Stuart Russell and Peter Norvig book. And that's why I just wanted to make sure for all of you that don't worry about from where you will get the syllabus and their contents. They are quite in ready to learn format in the given book. So without any further ado, I will start discussion about unit 1. And as I just mentioned that it's all about introduction to artificial intelligence and its history and the state of art techniques and how it began, what is the evolution and what is the concept of agent and so on. So I will just quickly go through the topics. So this is now I need not get into the definition level because all of you are quite aware that what is artificial intelligence. Now everybody, as I told you, that everybody is fascinated about this terminology, artificial intelligence. But when you ask them that what it really is, many of them cannot define it. So there are many applications that we are using right now in our mobile phones also. With the help of those, they can define it. So now another thing which I would like to tell you that this is the picture that I have downloaded from one of the website, and I have mentioned the source. So this is the rational behavior, okay, doing the right things or doing ethical things. So I will come to that point shortly. That when it comes to artificial intelligence, I was reading the article in the morning um uh, that what is responsible AI. So there is a concept of responsible AI that when we are teaching artificial intelligence to them, we need to teach them just like now. Dr. Varsha Patil, ma'am, rightly said that we should gather a few groups of students and we should enable them to develop some products or convert the algorithms into some working products or some kind of working systems or prototypes or some projects. At the same time, as this is my personal feeling, I would like to again share it with you that we being teachers, the ethics, the rationality, all these things are also responsible. It comes from the responsible behavior. So mentioning the sources from where I am taking it is also one of the rational behavior. So with AI, in the first unit itself, there comes the concept of rationality or ethical behavior or doing the things rightly. So we'll come to that point shortly. Let me quickly uh, run you through this contents. So what is AI? Now there are many confusion among students that when they learn different many terminologies all together, they're hearing and listening to various buzzwords outside the world. So there are many things: deep learning, then machine learning and AI, and there is a lot of confusion. So in oral, it's my always I have a habit of this asking this question to students that which come first, AI or machine learning. So they get confused. So we need to tell them that machine learning is subset of AI and then deep learning is subset of ML, and this is how the things evolved, and that's why we learn machine learning after we learn AI. So while explaining features of AI, you can make them understand various aspects of AI which can be used for the state of art applications or very um, we can say uh, innovative applications such as facial recognition, data ingestion, quantum computing, deep learning, automated tasks, and cloud computing, and so on. So they actually know it since long, but still it's our responsibility. So that's why in my PPT I generally change this every year. when I so this year, suppose if I'm teaching to AI, the state of art technologies are different. Next year they will be different. So you need to choose it appropriately every year, because every year some new thing comes up. So this year, for explaining the state of art technologies in AI, so because in Pune University we run the syllabus for around say 4 years. So if this year you have these PPTs to explain the topic to for state of art technologies in AI, you may change it next year. You should change it next year, because there are recent developments every year or every month or every day, we can say. So the state of art technologies. So here you can see machine learning, deep learning, neural networks, natural language processing, chatbots. You need to make them aware that whatever the chatbots they see on various websites, they're all AI systems. Then robotic personal assistants, autonomous robots. We have autonomous cars, driverless cars, and so on. So it's really very difficult to talk about 2 units in 1.5 hours. So as I told you that wherever possible, I will quickly run through the PPTs. But at the same time, I have prepared all these PPTs for all of you, so you can use it for teaching. Then there are various terminologies that also you can share with students: reactive AI, limited memory AI, theory of mind, and self-awareness. So these are some, we can say, recent trends in artificial intelligence, where reactive AI is good for simple classification and pattern recognition tasks. There are some systems which use a limited amount of memory, and then for such type of systems, whatever AI techniques are developed, they are limited memory AI. Then at the same time, nowadays we have various systems which are used in cognitive science, which deals with theory of mind. So there is another branch or uh, philosophy of theory of mind, which is also AI enabled. So these are various thought processes. These are various philosophies based on AI. You can also make them aware about different tasks that are performed by AI popularly, which is using solving complex problems, then decision systems. Then we can use AI for increased accuracy and high level computations. So these are four different types of artificial intelligence philosophies from application point of view. Again, I have mentioned in each diagram, I have mentioned the source from where I have taken it. So in detail, you can have a detailed exploration of all these application areas. Then comes foundation of AI. So obviously, we know that linguistics, that is natural language processing. Now we have chatbots, we have voice assistants, we have Siri, we have Google Assistants. So all these applications are linguistic based applications. Then philosophy is one of the thing, because the origination, or the AI concept was originated from the fact that it is to mimic the human brain. So philosophy is also one of the basic building blocks. Then obviously mathematics is also there, economics is there, neuroscience is there, psychology is there, because we simulate the theory of mind. Then basic computer engineering, because we use it for solving problems. We use graph theory, we use various problem searching techniques and all. So definitely computer engineering is also one of the important background or fundamental foundation. And then control theory and cybernetics. So these are foundations of artificial intelligence, and you can give them details from the source which I have mentioned. Then I believe in, instead of paragraphs and points in the PowerPoint, if we use various images, then its impact lasts more. And for final year students mainly, we should teach them from application and implementation point of view. So when I generally teach to final year students, I don't use any text. I avoid it as far as possible. So here also my presentation is full of maximum images. So artificial intelligence foundations which are described from other perspective, almost some of them you can see as common. Philosophy, linguistic, neuroscience, behavioral economics, these are common. Mathematics is also common. So the same kind of foundations which are explained in different way. Then there comes in the syllabus itself, there comes history of AI. I am going a bit fast because I would like to explain to you all the points which I have gathered for this particular presentation for today. So as there is a syllabus point, history of AI, we need to tell them. As you can see, as we know, John McCarthy started with the concept of artificial intelligence. It was started as a project, but then it completely evolved as a philosophy and then a branch of computer science. But we can trace back its development or evolution since 1950s. How did it happen? In 1960s, there were different techniques which were developed to mimic human behavior, and then we can see right from 1960s we have arrived at today's world where we are using deep learning networks, where we have a subset of machine learning in which multi-layered neural networks learn from the amounts of data, and we have humongous amount of data which is being processed by deep learning networks, which challenge the even capacity of humans. Then in the next 25 slides, I will quickly run through these slides just to make you aware about the point in the syllabus is state of the art in the AI. And I would like all of you to update these slides every year so that your presentation gets evolved through these 4 years. So this is my personal request to all of you, that although these 25 state of art things that I have incorporated in the slide, use it for this year, and next year onwards you please uh, update it with some recent developments. And one more thing I would like to, before I forget, in the syllabus itself, we have mentioned some case studies. So case studies also I will share, if the time permits, I will share the link or the page from where we have taken all these case studies. If the time permits, otherwise I will put it in the group, that there are only 6 case studies that we have mentioned for all 6 units, but at the same time you have multiple case studies. There is a case study page separately from where we have accessed this. So you can get multiple case studies, and it becomes your flexibility. You can choose any case study which is available among the whole list. So as you can see on the slide, there is a four-legged robot as shown as a humanoid. This is developed by Boston, known as Boston Dynamics. They are ahead of the world in developing AI robots. Then there is a cancer detection software which is developed by AI. Recently, I have been I am fortunate enough right now. I'm leading a team. We are working with Oxford University, and our research is mainly on cancer detection techniques, and we are working as a team of experts for machine learning and data analytics. We are contributing from data analytics point of view, and there are various doctors, uh, various people from medicine domain who are working with us. There are some pharmaceutical people along with us, and we are working in a team led by a scientist in the Oxford University. So this is also one of the state of art they have developed cancer detection software. Then there are nowadays we can use AI to generate art. So art, AI enabled artwork. Then there are faces. There is a Japanese startup, and they are creating faces. I will come to that point shortly. Then TensorFlow is also one of the state-of-art technique. Although it is being used since last few years, nowadays it has got enhanced capabilities of deep learning library, which is used for, as you can see, it is recognizing the first person's faces with the percentage accuracy also. Then you might be aware about AlphaGo, which is a DeepMind technology. Which made first headline. So I will quickly go through because I want to talk more about problem solving. So and some agent concepts. So I will quickly go through these state of art techniques. The PowerPoint slides are itself, they are containing the descriptions. So when you will use it, uh, you can read the details, and you can get the details from web also, from the links. Autonomous driving, then IBM's Watson, then we have Siri in our Apple phones that we are using as a voice assistants. Then we have AI Glass also, which is a ID locking security software, which is a biometric lock, which is available in our iPhones and MacBooks also. Then there is a deep density displacement models. Scientists have generated a simulation of universe for uh, experimentations. You have ghost population discovery. Here, you can trace back to human evolutionary history. Then how AI can be used to predict deaths from the biological properties of a person. Then you have highly intelligent mobile phones. Then you have Facebook chatbots. This AI-enabled Facebook chatbots. Then AI language model. One of the interesting thing which I would like to share with you all, that few days back, few months back, I read an article that you might be aware about. J.K. Rowler's Harry Potter, 6 volumes. We know that there are 6 volumes, the 6 popular volumes. I used to watch it with my kids few years back, but I came to know about the seventh volume. The seventh volume of Harry Potter is developed by generative adversarial networks, GAN. So it is used to write the seventh volume, when the input provided to this generative adversarial network was the first 6 volumes of Harry Potter. Based on these first 6 volumes of Harry Potter, seventh volume is generated automatically by GAN. There is a GAN which generates jokes also. So OpenAI language model is very advanced. So based on the text which is provided to it as input, it generates the output. There is a deep fake application for generating fake images or spoofing. Okay, so then there is a Nautilus Lab, which is a maritime shipping company. It is used by maritime shipping company, which predicts the routes intelligently to minimize the fuel consumption. And I have heard that such kind of technologies are used in aviation industry also, in order to reduce the fuel consumption. They trace back to the routes which are intelligently identified, so that the fuel is used in less form, capacity. Then there are many other things like the C by C, and we know that Alexa and various voice assistants. Then there is a Deep Blue, IBM's Deep Blue chess program, which defeated the world champion. and then there is a autonomous car developed by DARPA. Then there is Waymo and Eliza. Before Siri was developed, MIT developed it in 1964, which was used by a physiotherapist. So next point comes risks and benefits of AI. So I will just keep this because we need some more time to discuss problem solving techniques. So these are risks and benefits of AI. And here it comes to the concept of the important concept of intelligent agents. So we could not find it in the previous syllabus. We had it in SSDA, Smart System syllabus, in 2015. Sorry, in 2012 syllabus we had it. In 2015 syllabus of SSDA we had it, and then the next version of AI we did not have it. So we thought that this agent concept should be there in AI. When we talk about AI, there comes the concept of agents. So agent can be any thing. It can be any software or hardware or a combination of both. So any entity which perceives from the environment, learns from the environment, and makes decision. So this is the agent concept and how it interacts with the environment in the form of percepts and action that is shown. Another depiction of agent and its interaction with the environment is depicted on this slide. So, Joseph, I would just like to know from you whether all of you are viewing the slides with the speed with which I am running through these slides.
Yes,
Yes,
madam. Yes.
currently we
Uh,
are at agents and environment.
yes. I just wanted to confirm. Okay.
Yes.
So this is agent and environment. The concept of agent in artificial intelligence and how it interacts with the environment. So this is again one of the explanation which will be very useful for you to explain various examples that for a robot. In the book which you will find, there is a vacuum cleaner robot they have discussed. For the teachers who are teaching this traditionally from years, they understand that when they teach agent concept, there is a popular example of vacuum cleaner agent. So a vacuum cleaner operates in a room. So the environment from that robot is a room. Okay. So vacuum cleaner robot, the environment is room. For example, I am a speaker and suppose I am an agent right now. The environment is my cabin, the internet network, my laptop, which is connected to my internet, and the tubelets and fans which are there in my cabin. So this is my environment where I'm operating in. So agent operates in an environment. So for example, if there is a if I'm feeling cold, so from this environment I am getting this percept, I'm sensing cold, the temperature is dropping suppose, and if I'm sensing it, I immediately take some action in response to that percept. So agent receives percept from the input and it performs a certain action. So at one particular moment when I feel that I'm facing cold, or the change temperature is dropping, I will immediately switch off the fan. Or alternately, if I'm feeling that the temperature is rising and I'm feeling hot, I will switch off the fan, switch on the fan. So this is how from the environment the agent senses or percepts from the environment, and it takes the actions in response to the sensing from the environment. So similarly, if we consider the vacuum cleaner robot agent, when it senses the dust, it sucks the dust. So when it senses the dust, it takes the action of sucking the dust. So when you are explaining this to the students, you can explain that what are example environments. The student don't understand when we talk in the terminology of agent and environment, and in order to make them understand that agent learns from the environment and perform certain actions, because this is the in what we can see, this is the gist of any artificial intelligence: learning, adaptability to the environment, learning from the environment, and reasoning. These are, see, basic things when you are talking about any application in AI or any concept in AI. So you need to make them aware that if you're talking about robot, then the environment is room. If you are developing a chatbot, it is a chatting, that is environment. When you are driving a vehicle, the road is an environment. Or if I'm moving in my car from this campus to campus is the environment. Program, for any program, we consider program as an agent. When we develop a DFS program, when you ask students to develop a program for depth first search or breadth first search, it is an agent. So what is the environment for the agent? The data and the rules. Then machine. Machine is, the environment is working field. And here comes the important, very important aspect in unit 1 that you must convey to the students well. Thinking humanly, acting humanly, thinking rationally and acting rationally. Um, we used to think that machines are mimicking the human behavior, but since last few years, another thing which needs a thought, that are we becoming machines? So this is another part of discussion that we can discuss offline, but it's just a thought. When we think that machines need to mimic human brain, at the same time we need to take care that we are not getting mechanized. Okay. So coming back to the fact that thinking humanly. So the first and foremost thing while teaching AI to the students, we should make them aware about a Turing test. Alan Turing. Somewhere when you are talking to your final year students, make them aware about a good scientist. This is my personal habit. I make them introduced to John McCarthy, then Alan Turing. This is my favorite subject when I talk to them. I tell them about Alan Turing, their experiments. Even you can make them aware that the Turing machine in theory of computation is the same, and the Alan Turing is the same. So we can call all these scientists as father of AI. They are all already called John McCarthy, Alan Turing. We should treat them as father of AI. They are father of AI. So the concepts that they laid is thinking humanly. So when you are developing any artificial intelligence system, we need to check its performance so that whether it is at par of the human intelligence. Now we can't compare our intelligence with the machine intelligence, because our intelligence is natural intelligence which is gifted to us by God. Nobody can replace it. No one can replace it. The kind of emotions, the kind of reasoning that we have, the kind of capability of making rational decisions as a human being. We have morals, ethics, and all culture that no one can take away from us. But still, as a human being, as the developer of AI, we can inculcate some kind of ethical behavior or rationality into machines. Okay, so coming back to the first quadrant, thinking humanly. So thinking humanly can be tested from the Turing test. I don't know how many of you have heard about Turing test. Turing test is a test. So at the end, at the other end, there is a computer program, and you interact with the computer program. So suppose a human assistant or evaluator is interacting with the um, program. Suppose I am chatting with the chatbot. Sometimes I get confused that whether am I talking to a chatbot? Is it a program, or is there someone who is actually chatting with me? Someone human being is actually chatting with me. When I get this confusion that whether it is a computer program or someone human being who is chatting with me, this comes thinking humanly and acting humanly concept. So we need to make the systems mimic the human brain to such an extent that they should imitate our thinking capability and should try to act humanly, actually like it is interacting with the human being. Next comes thinking rationally. For example, if AI enabled chess program is there, so unless and until that AI program knows that what are the correct moves, it will not win. So to win the chess game, that program needs all kinds of knowledge about the domain and to think rationally and act rationally. Okay, so doing right things, doing ethical things is the concept of thinking rationally and acting rationally. Sometimes it is very difficult to act rationally, but thinking rationally is quite possible. Acting rationally requires a huge data set. Okay. For example, I'll give you the board of chess example. Similarly, rationally means that rational behavior. So I get when I teach artificial intelligence to my students, I always talk to them with one example. So there was one movie which was released in around say 20 years back. It was robot movie. Are you aware of that movie Robot, which was characterized, which was the role was played by Rajnikant, and it had Aishwarya Rai and all, the robot movie. Okay, so in that robot movie, the robot had various emotional capabilities. It has emotion. It's quite impossible to have such that kind of emotional behavior, and it was shown as a villain. So I think this is against the principle of artificial intelligence when we think about the ethical behavior and the rational behavior. Developing such kind of systems, it's okay for the movies and serials and all, but when it comes to practice, the AI practitioners mainly give importance to rational behavior. So this is one thing which we need to make them aware. So these are the theoretical point of view or definition point of view, the explanation of thinking humanly, acting humanly, thinking rationally, and acting rationally. And there are many situations which are discussed in the textbook about these four philosophies of AI, rational thinking and all. So there are different topics which cover that. Then comes the nature of environments. So this is again one of the all the topics are really very interesting, and AI teachers will not get a problem that what I should teach every day. Every day they have certain topics to teach, so there is no problem of topics. All topics are really very interesting. So the nature of environments, you can find interesting examples for all these environment types in Peter Norvig's books, if you see. So fully observable versus partially observable, I'll just give you one example of fully observable and partially observable. When I am driving a car, if I am an agent, the driver is agent, I can see only the part of environment which is in front of me. That is, and whatever I can see from from the mirrors. Okay, but it is not a fully observable environment. It is partially observable environment, because I can't see what is behind my car, and if there is some car behind my car, what is behind that car? I can't see all the things. So it is not a fully observable environment. It is a partially observable environment. Whereas a chess playing agent, it can observe the whole environment. So for a chess player, the whole environment is fully observable. The deterministic and stochastic, episodic environment, sequential environment. Okay, so in episodic environment, you have first episode, second episode, like in chess, like in badminton or tennis, there are sets: first set, second set, third set. So that can be modeled as an episodic environment. So in this way, you can teach the discrete and continuous environment, single agent and multi-agent. Single agent means if I am playing a tic-tac-toe, if I am say a vacuum cleaner agent is a single agent, and multi-agent means two agents or more agents. So it is a multi-agent, multiple agents. This is the structure of agent. I will quickly go through this, and I would like to discuss unit 2 now. So in first unit, this is all you can discuss with the students. The main part with which we will conclude first unit is the concept of agents and the environment. Then you have types of agents also, which I have not included in the syllabus. You can see types of agent. There are simple reflex agents, goal-based agents, and intelligent agents. And at the same time, you can have multiple types of environments along with their examples. And in the beginning, you can cover what is AI, types of AI, platforms, foundations of AI, history of AI, and evolution of AI techniques. So all the theoretical things at the same time, don't make it completely theoretical. Make them aware about the good state of art technologies on AI. And such kind of 25 plus technologies I have included already on this slide, which you can refer afterwards. Then we come to the most important and interesting part of artificial intelligence syllabus, from where the actual interest for students starts increasing. That is problem solving. So students, this is my experience, that students love this unit a lot. And if you ask them questions, they prefer this unit for giving answers also. So it shows that they love this problem solving unit a lot. And this is we have kept it much simplified. Now we have made the learning strategies limited. The first and foremost thing, the intention is whatever the limited number of learning strategies you are teaching, make them foolproof by all kinds of derivations. And mainly what I feel the weakest part with the students and in our teaching also is the performance measures, how the search problems are formulated. That is also one of the important part, how to formulate a search problem and how to evaluate the performance of any search algorithm. So whenever you are teaching any search algorithms, try to emphasize on its performance or evaluation parameter also, like completeness, its time complexity, space complexity, and optimality. These are the four important features. And at the end of the unit, you need to compare all the search strategies on a single platform. So at the end, they should have understand a criteria for choosing appropriate search strategy for a particular problem. So we start with uninformed search strategies and informed search strategies. So initially the informed search strategies, and here comes the concept of search space. What do you mean by search space? So we need to make them understand problem space and search space. Like we talk in the machine learning domain, we talk about feature space, and here in problem solving, we talk about search space. So search space, for example, I have excluded some minute details of this problem, but for a vacuum cleaner agent, we have considered two rooms. Okay, here this is a These are two rooms, room number A and B, and the vacuum cleaner is in the left room, or say room A. Here the vacuum cleaner is in room B. And you can see that the next states, this is the state space diagram for a vacuum cleaner agent. If there is a dust, as you can see, if you note down my pointer movements, then there are two rooms. In both the rooms there is a dust. Vacuum cleaner is in the left room, that is A. Now what is the next state? This is the current state. What is its next state? Vacuum cleaner cleans this room. So now room A is clean and the dust lies with room B. In the next state possible, vacuum cleaner moves to room B, and now it is about to suck this dust. So the next state is this. Okay, for this, there are two next states. Either the vacuum cleaner is in room A and both the rooms are clean, or it is in room B and both the rooms are clean. So this may be the initial state, that both the rooms are dusty and vacuum cleaner stays in room A or room B as the initial state. Or you can land up in any initial state that either of the rooms are clean and vacuum cleaner is in either of the rooms, and you can see its action takes it to the next state. So this is the collection of all possible states for a vacuum cleaner agent. So we define this problem of vacuum cleaner agent as operators which can be on the left or right, which can move to left or right, and it can suck the dust. Now, this will be easy for understanding for the people, for the teachers who are teaching this, who have already taught this in previous years. And for those who have already referred to the syllabus and who might have gone through some of the pages of the first two units, so this will be easy for them to understand. For those who are new, just go through the book and the concept of intelligent agents, and you will come across this problem of vacuum cleaner agent, and then you will understand this search space graph for a vacuum cleaner agent. You can get this PPT also. This is a mixed PPT which I have prepared from all the sources. But as I told you that for this Peter Thorvik book, for all the chapters, for all the topics, the PPTs are already available. Then next comes problem solving by graph searching. So uh, this is how you can see. Now the nodes are colored differently. There are some black nodes. There is a green node. There are some nodes which are known as frontiers, and there are some unexplored nodes. So these are all typical terminologies when we use graphs for modeling search problems. There is when we use graph or tree, there is definitely a start node which we call it as a root node of a tree. This is the start node from which, and all leaf nodes, these are all leaf nodes, and the solution of the problem may lie somewhere over these nodes. So these are some explored nodes. Explored nodes means these are expanded. All these nodes which are expanded are explored nodes. These are frontier nodes. So what are frontier nodes? Frontier nodes are which are being explored, and which have further links or children to be expanded, and these are all like unexplored nodes. So this is the whole problem space. The solution may lie somewhere over here. It may be at this right end, or it may be at the left end and somewhere. So our aim is to start from the node and explore the solution of a problem. So there comes the first and foremost basic technique as depth first search. I will quickly go through this. So I need not explain what is DFS. Then there are good animated PPTs are also available for all types of search techniques. Then there comes explanation of all these DFS, how it progresses. DFS, the algorithm for DFS. I will quickly go through this, and if you find, if you feel that I should explain it, I'll explain. There are some important points in form search strategies also. So this completes the explanation of DFS, and then comes the point of analysis. When we come to the analysis part, we need to identify that what depth it is, and what is the time complexity, what is the worst time complexity. So in terms of branching factor B and depth of tree M, we can see that it can have different types of complexities in different scenarios. It can also have B to the power of M, M to the power of B, or O, B, M, depending upon the complexity of the problem. So in the same manner, BFS, which performs better than DFS, you can explain. And what I am interested in showing to you is it covers all types of DFS. Then there is a issue which you should discuss with your students, is that if this is the situation where you're facing some problem, that whether you should use DFS or BFS, then which one you will use depending upon the current state. Okay, current state. So this is the 8 puzzle problem for which you can use. So I have included only DFS and BFS in this. You can add few more techniques like uniform cost search, bidirectional search, then depth limited search, iterative deepening search, along with this DFS and BFS. Because the presentation was becoming bulky, I did not include all kinds of search algorithms and its explanation in these slides. Now, when we come to the end of uninformed search strategies, it's very important for all of us to understand what are the performance goals or performance evaluation criteria or parameters. So there comes completeness, optimality, time complexity, and space complexity. So there is an important point of discussion. Again, because of time, we can't have it. It requires a separate session of 1 or 2 hours, that how to identify and in which type of problems are suitable for which kind of techniques. But exploring all the algorithms and their examples will make you understand about how to choose which type of algorithms are suitable for which kind of problems. That is also one of the important learning goal, I think. And finally, you can summarize. This is also from the Peter Norvig and Stuart Russell book, that you can compare all the uninformed search strategies on a single platform based on the criteria of completeness, time complexity, space complexity, optimality, and so on. And you can see at a glance the comparison of all these search algorithms, including breadth first, uniform cost search, depth first search, depth limited search, iterative deepening search, bidirectional search, and their parameters and these expressions. This is very important, and make each and every student just analyze this table. This is a responsibility of we teachers, that students must be given this thing. They must be made aware of this particular table of comparison of all search algorithms. So it completes exactly 1 hour of this session, and I hope I have 30 minutes more. Okay, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I'm exactly, I think, going as per my plan.
Yes,
So that
madam.
I can convey all the things appropriately to all the students. Sorry, not students, all the respected my colleagues. So for some of them, this may be just a repetition, but generally discussing in a group just makes it revise kind of collection of all the facts together. Even when I was just going through it, and I remembered all the things when I used to teach AI to students. So let's come to inform search strategies. So now we have another collection of few more interesting search algorithms in this category also, which starts with best first search, greedy best first search, A star search, then the concept of heuristic, local search algorithms, including hill climbing, simulated annealing, local beam search, and genetic algorithms. Now, the presentation is quite uh, in details, but we have cut down to the topics of this informed search strategies to the local search algorithm itself, because the intention was although the search algorithms are limited, they should be taught well with sufficient depth. Let them understand all fundamental concepts so that they remember it for lifetime, and it will be useful for them. Because see, here you can utilize the concepts from right from discrete structures to data structures and algorithms, and some concepts from TOC. So here, this is a point where you can apply all the fundamental concepts that they have learned, right from the graph searching, tree searching, to the algorithm analysis DA, and application of it. It expands, the applications expand to networks also. And so, in AI also we have different, make them aware that they have maps on their mobile phones where they are doing estimations, where they know estimations like from at present I am sitting at Loni, and if I want to travel to say Shivaji Nagar or Swargate, my application, that is maps application, tells me that what is the estimated time and number of kilometers I need to travel from Loni right now. So they should immediately relate it with the heuristic. Okay, and when we have alternate paths available on my map, they should be able to relate it with the alternate paths available in graph searching, and goal and optimization of resources and all. So this is our responsibility as a teacher, to make them aware of the theoretical concepts that they are learning, and the practical applications that they are using in the smartphones or any other app in their smartwatches, that it is AI. Okay, and this is what they are learning, and they can devise and they can design few more better systems with few more performance criteria. Okay, so with this we start with the discussion of informed search algorithms. So we start with best first, and here comes the concept of evaluation function f of n. So there in Peter Norvig's book, there are 4 steps for any search problem formulation, and they are given beautifully. So please go through those steps of how to formulate a search problem. So when I used to teach software in this artificial intelligence to students, so even the problem seems to be very simple, that is a traveling salesman problem. For example, my problem from say I'm sitting at Loni Cargo right now, and I need to travel to airport. So if this is a problem to reach the airport, the goal is to reach airport. So ask them that what is the initial state, what will be the goal state, what are successor functions, what is path cost. So I try to make them identify all these parameters on their own. So for each and every problem, you can give this exercise in the class also, formulate a search problem, that this is the problem, and write down all these things. Identify initial state, identify goal state, identify path cost, identify successor function, and so on. So that they, when it comes to implementation, see, we need not inculcate just a theoretical notion of any algorithm. As madam rightly said, that every theoretical concept which you have learned, you have to extend its concept to implementation. So uh, we should make them capable of implementing every algorithm, and for that we need to um, make them aware that what it needs to create the input for any program. So immediately they should be able to model it using some pseudocode at least. So for any search problem, whether it is a traveling salesman problem or a graph search problem or finding a shortest path, ask them to write down all parameters on their own, identify shortest path using path cost and all. So all the parameters we should make them identify on their own. So there is a very beautiful example. I love this in this Peter Norvig's book, that is Romania, traveling in a Romania. There are various city names in the Romania are there. You can use any Indian names also, but because the PPTs are ready-made, and why should we waste time in converting it to our Indian names? It is beautifully given. So this problem is referred for uninformed search strategies also in this book. So this example is beautifully given, and now because we are discussing the informed search strategies, there comes a very important concept of heuristic. So I used to teach them with this example that when you are about to take admission to engineering college, some of them don't have any background knowledge. Okay, sometimes when they are filling the option forms, they don't have any background knowledge. They are just blind about it. Which college is good? Which branches are good at which places? They don't know anything. Then in that case, they are going with uninformed search strategy. But some parents are very intelligent. Some students are very intelligent. What they do? They identify the CET cutoff, JE cutoff, then they have DT list with all colleges cutoff, then they have all colleges with computer engineering cutoff, then IT cutoff and all, and then they try to fit their JE score or CET score in the college with the college cutoff list, and then they fill the option forms. Okay, so maximum are of this category. Right now people are very intelligent and aware. So this is an informed search. So when I teach informed search algorithms or uninformed search strategies, I tell them this difference, that getting an admission to engineering college is a problem, and if you are filling the option form without any prior knowledge of any college or your CET score, you are not using it, it is an uninformed search. But if you are using your CET score and JE mains score, and if you are finding a match with that from the college cutoff list from DT, then it is an informed search where your JE score or your CET score is your heuristic. So this is the best example which we can give them, and they can relate it to that. And then the Google Map, which estimates when I put the destination, it gives me estimation in terms of time, in terms of kilometers traveled, to be traveled. So this is how I can choose the alternate path. Okay, so this is the best example which I feel you should refer in the Peter Norvig's book. And from this they have explained beautifully the function f of n with the greedy best first search, and how greedy best first search proceeds. The Errard is the root node, and its heuristic value 366. It's a straight line distance. Here they have used straight line distance as the heuristic. and how to reach the Bucharest, whatever. Bucharest is the destination where the person is traveling from Arad to Bucharest, and it has to uh, have an optimized solution. So this is also one of the concept that we need to tell them, that optimized solution. What is the goal of any AI agent? What is the goal of an agent? The agent's goal is to have optimized solution. So when it applies to a real life example, we should always think that my petrol should be consumed. Minimum petrol should be consumed, and minimum time should be required with less distance covered. These are all optimization per examples. So similarly, shortest path cover is the optimized solution.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, 10
Sorry
minutes.
to interrupt. Yeah.
Yes, okay. I will conclude in 10 minutes. So, in the initially we start with best first, then greedy best first, and these are all the properties. And religiously we should compare each and every algorithm and explain all these parameters at the end of each thing. And we can say king of this topic, this particular category of algorithms is A star, which is popularly covered. So A star, how this H of n is implemented in A star, this is the most important thing. Now I need to explain to you. When it comes to A star, there comes the concept of admissible heuristic. So optimality and admissibility. I will skip the slides. I may go back to it. So when we talk about A star, there comes a very important concept of admissible heuristic, and for that, this is the best example to explain to the students. This is the 8 puzzle, and this is the start state. This is the goal state. Okay. Now there are two types of heuristics which are used. H1, first type of heuristic is number of misplaced tiles. You analyze this current state and identify that how many tiles are misplaced from their ideal position. I will explain to you this. See, ideally one should be here, but here in start state it is here. Okay, two should be here, but it is here. So there comes one movement. So two is misplaced from its ideal position by one. Similarly, so you can see that how many misplaced tiles and total Manhattan distance. This is another heuristic. Which one you will use? So if we identify, H1 comes out to be 8. So the number of misplaced tiles are 8. And if you consider another heuristic, total Manhattan distance. So if we count for each tile, how many movements it will require to go to its ideal place, it comes out to be 80. Now, among these two heuristics, now what is the role of heuristic? The role of heuristic is to make you travel from the initial state to the final state or goal state, uh, and it helps to reach the goal. It helps you to reach the goal. Okay, when I say that I need to reach to say my home, I will tell the landmark. So that landmark is a heuristic and which will help me to reach the goal. So which heuristic is admissible? Which heuristic will give me optimized solution? So if we choose H1, then it makes us travel 73 nodes, and if we use H2, then it makes us travel 1641 nodes in the search tree. And in this way you can see which heuristic is dominating. Okay, so this is one concept. Then there is in example there is a proof which is always asked, that optimality of A star. So we have to show that the heuristic which is used by A-star algorithm is an optimal or admissible heuristic. So optimality of A-star proof is also one of the important point which you can prove with this notion, and it has got certain derivation. It's not that difficult. You have to show that H is consistent for G for this calculations of G of n and H of n. Actually, those who already know that how A star heuristic is expressed, G of n is cost so far to reach n. For some intermediate node n, G of n is cost so far to reach n from root, and H of n is estimated cross cost from n to goal. So heuristic for A star algorithm is combination of H of n and G of n, and for its proof is here. So you can find it. I will not discuss it now. And there are some relaxed problems and there are some constraint satisfaction problems. Some problems are relaxed where there are very few restrictions, some relaxed problems, and constraint satisfaction problem. Example is N-Queen's problem. Then there comes another category of problem as local search problems. So in local search problem, they are characterized as they look for certain temporary solution with less memory and faster solutions. So there are some NQueen problem is also considered in this category of local search. So in this local search problem, we discuss the hill climbing search and this global maxima, local maxima, and shoulder. These concepts are involved, and there are beautiful examples given in this books. In this book for local search and hill climbing search also. And when I taught it for the first time, I referred to NPTEL lectures by Dr. Sudeshna Sarkar. A few years back, when I started teaching intelligent systems and artificial intelligence, I preferred to NPTEL as everyone goes to NPTEL. I also went to NPTEL site and I started watching all the videos by Dr. Sudeshna Sarkar. Why I got interested in watching all those lectures, because all her lectures were based on Peter Norvik's book, Stuart Russell and Peter Norvik's books, Artificial Intelligence: A Modern Approach by Stuart Russell and Peter Norvik. So in NPTEL lectures, especially by Dr. Sudeshna Sarkar, they are all based on the same book. So if you watch her lectures, they are available on YouTube also. If you watch her lectures and then see if there is some better, if there is any best resource, even a person, we should always have a habit of learning from them. So I watch her videos religiously when I started teaching artificial intelligence. So this is what I just, if I have missed anything, please forgive me, and you can reach out to me for any kinds of suggestions and any kinds of doubts and all. So I am there. Thank you. I think I have completed in time. Safe.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much for that, ma'am. And yes, you have definitely completed way in time. So now coming towards the Q&A part, we will be taking in a maximum of 5 questions due to the time constraint. So if there are any questions, the faculties can kindly come forward, or you can type in your questions in the chat box.
Should I stop
Yes,
sharing the screen?
yes, ma'am, you can. Sure. Yes, Umesh sir, you will be getting the PPT. So kindly don't leave the WhatsApp group. And on your mail ID also you will be getting the PPT which ma'am has just presented. Ma'am, there is a question from Nakul sir, if I'm not wrong, is are there any animation or case studies available for
Yes.
searching and graph solving examples?
Yes, there are definitely many more graphs available. I will quickly try to share the the link which I referred is while setting the syllabus. So if you can see this at present, can you see this indialabs.com
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
resources?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So Nakul sir, please go through this indiatabs.com. Here you can see case studies not only for AI, you can see case studies for big data analytics, image recognition. So as you can see, and the case studies which are included in the syllabus are, some of them are from this page. As you can see, there are many more case studies which are listed over here. Okay, so you can find it and you can choose flexibly among all these case studies, and especially when there are BE students, you can take up any case study and discuss it among your students. And this is not a one link, there are many more just similar to this.
Okay, thank you for answering that question, ma'am. The next question comes in from Professor Dhakne, and it is, what is the relationship between AI, ML, and DL?
Yes, this is a very obvious question, and it comes from students. Artificial intelligence is broader array of all the technologies based on, as we have seen, it can be used in natural language processing and in cognitive sense and planning and all. So AI is a broad array of techniques, and machine learning is a subset of AI where we are emphasizing on the human mimicry of human brain, and those capabilities are focused in machine learning algorithms that are capable of learning. Okay, so this capacity of learning from the environment is incorporated into machine learning, and then these machine learning specialized techniques are expanded in deep learning, which makes it to which expands it to a black box implementation of it human learning capability, which models it to different types of neural network structures.
Okay, thank you so much for that, ma'am. The next question comes in from Neha, ma'am. Is it expected to teach 8 queen problem with both backtracking and branch and bound?
So this is a again this is a question which is generally various. See, when they are learning DA, they understand branch and they understand algorithmic strategies. But sometimes we need to make them aware about the small differences. For example, we can view this problem of 8 queens as a backtracking problem also, as far as DA is concerned and branch and bound is concerned. But at the same time, there you can expand this problem to the discussion of whether we should explain n-queens using uh, constraint satisfaction approach or local search approach. So different aspects of the problem are mapped to solutions in different way. In backtracking, different aspect of problem is taken, and in branch and bound this different aspect is taken, although the problem is same, but it has multiple aspects. So yes, as a teacher, I think it's our responsibility to take it with all the views. Similarly, you can treat a n-queens problem as a local search problem also, and you can take it as a constraint satisfaction also. So here the constraint satisfaction has different aspects of the problem which is mapped. So again, there are many debate on this, but as a teacher, I think it is necessary for all of us to explain to it with different views. I think Rajeshwari madam is there, so she can also add up.
Prasad ma'am, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
I wanted to say a good afternoon, was waiting for your
Okay,
session.
ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
We'll just, ma'am, we'll take up a last question, Rajeshwari ma'am. Sorry to keep you waiting, and then we'll shift it on to your session. So I'll be taking a last question, and ma'am, if you can like go into the chat box, and there are a few questions. So if you could answer any one question among them.
Okay. There are mainly questions on how to conduct the lab. All informed search strategies are they to be taught? Which optimization problems need to elaborate from second unit? Okay. So from second unit, I think optimization problem can be taken from NQueens, or in search algorithms also. In hill climbing approach can also be taken. And as far as lab is concerned, I think they are already they have done graph search in their second year. So actually, the my experience was students are capable of implementing graph search algorithms. We need to make them more mature with the concepts of AI search. They know it from data structure point of view, but we need to make them aware about the AI search problem formulation. So I don't think there should be any problem as far as the lab implementation is concerned. Make them aware about the optimization, alternate paths. Then, what if the problem, the solution is not found? In lab, also you can discuss with them that what problems DFS encounters, and in what cases BFS is better. So in lab, you need to make them more mature with relating it to AI terminologies. And for that, you need to make them understand the parameters of completeness, optimality, and path cost and successor functions and so on. See, when we teach them these strategies from AI point of view, you need to make them aware about the heuristic function or the background knowledge, the knowledge base, and the adaptation, and at the same time reasoning. For example, if you have a muddy road and if you have a straight road, which is a paved road and a rocky road, there are two paths available. The human brain will definitely choose the best road, which is a paved road. You will not go to the rocky road. So this is our human intention or cognition. This gives us capability of choosing the better option. Similarly, when it comes to problem solving and when there are different alternatives, the agent should be intelligent enough to choose the right option. Okay, which you can make them relate with the eight puzzle problem, or tic-tac-toe problem, or any toy problem like chess. So how a particular agent will choose the intelligent move, like when you play that dot and cross game with simply a kid, he will try to defend himself. हम लोग जब बचपन में वो खेलते थे वो डॉट और क्रॉस वाला, तो हमारा इंटेंशन क्या होता था कि भले ही मैं ना जीतूं, लेकिन मैं सामने वाले को जीतने नहीं दूंगा। तो वो डॉट और क्रॉस हम लोग इस तरह से पुट अप करते थे कि सामने वाला जीते नहीं। So this is a adversarial capability of a human brain. हम लोग जब गेम्स खेलते हैं ना, तो हमारी कैपेबिलिटी जो है ह्यूमन ब्रेन की अपने आप को डिफेंड करने की और दूसरे का जीतना कैंसिल करवाने की, तो this capability needs to be incorporated. So when you are make them learn, when you are teaching them the search algorithms, make them aware of this. And that's why AI beautifully includes toy problems while explaining to any while explaining any concept or algorithm in the AI. Every book uses toy problems like eight puzzle or tic-tac-toe. Why they are given? Because gaming is the situation in which our human brain is acting more humanly, or and we can relate it to the human brain intelligence. Okay,
Okay.
so I
Uh,
hope you have got the point.
Yes, thank you so much for that. And dear faculties, I'm sorry if your questions, some of the questions might have been left out, but I'm pretty sure you can get in touch with ma'am later on and get them solved. And regarding the constant question about link being shared and the study material, so we assure you that all the study material and link to the case files and everything will be shared on the WhatsApp, and it will also be shared on your personal mail IDs if possible. So now I request, like I thank ma'am Jayashree ma'am for the conduction of first session, and I request the participants to kindly fill the feedback form for the first session. It has been shared by Professor Sankit Pawar in the chat box.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
very
sir.
much, madam.
Thank you,
Dr.
sir.
Jayashree Prasad, madam, thank you very much on the behalf of our Department of Computer Engineering and all the 199 participants till now. So, and I request all the participants, please don't take any tension regarding your PPTs, notes, and all these things will be shared on your WhatsApp group, as well as if you have submitted the proper email address, then we will send all that information on your email address also. Thank you again, madam. Thank you very much. Uzay, please
Thank you,
continue.
sir.
Yes, thank you so much. So now quickly moving on to our next session, and thank you so much, Dr. Rajeshwari ma'am, for being so patient with us and waiting. So quickly, I'll introduce our guest of honorable speaker for the day, who will guide us through Unit 3 and 4. And so she's currently working as a professor and HOD of computer department at Pimpri Chinchwad College of Engineering. She is again a proud holder of a PhD, MTech and BE degrees. She's done her PhD in intelligent processing of medical data using hybrid techniques. She is a topper in her MTech computer science and engineering. She has an experience of 25 plus years. Her research work include the filing of over 55 publications in conferences and more than 80 journal publications. She's a consultancy. She has done projects on business analytics and intelligence of around 50, and guided more than 20 projects under the theme healthcare data analytics for more than 10 years. She had also filed a number of patents and contributed heavily in the publication of many books. She is also the recipient of a number of awards and recognition throughout her career, and has presented many seminars on artificial intelligence, neural networks, nanotechnology in engineering colleges. So I kindly request Dr. Rajeshwari ma'am if she could please come forward and take the forum.
Oh, thank you very much. And let me thank everybody for their support. Okay, and let me share the screen just a minute. So, because participants were listening for some time, I just wanted to have this quick polling. Can you just give me a feedback, Husaf?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I, is it like my screen is shared with you?
Yes, ma'am. The screen is shared. Yes.
Okay. My video is on or what?
Uh, no, ma'am. Your video is currently switched off.
Okay, maybe, I don't know. Permission from your side is expected?
No, no. For video, it's not. Like everyone has the permission for that. I think maybe due to network congestion, it
Okay,
might be
maybe.
interfering. Yeah.
Okay, that's okay. So, participants, I'll give you a minute time. I just want to take a quick feedback on this item poll. If you can just log.
Ma'am, if you could share the link on the chat, that will be great. So the participants.
Right. So it is there on the top, itempool.com/Rajeshwari. Just a minute, I'll just post it.
Yes, thank you so much.
Because participants have been listening for 2 hours, right? So 1 minute break for them, and I will get some feedback about the session. Means I will understand like how to go about it, like how many faculties are
Yes,
senior and junior.
yes,
So
ma'am.
my kind request, it is 12:23, 12:24. I'll stop the polling.
Yes, I request all the respected faculties if you can please go to your chat box, and there is a link posted by our guest speaker, and please if you could just quickly fill out that poll. Thank you so much.
So actually, why these pollings are important is like whenever you start the class also, because like Varsha Patel madam and Pramod Patel sir and Prasad madam, they were insisting like when you teach to the students, you need to understand their pulse. Okay, so it's better always to start a session with a small poll, a small question, which will be an icebreaker. So I am going to share some of the practices we follow at PCCOE, some of the practices which we feel like it is good to share. Okay, so I'm going to share some of the practices we have. So the first practice we have is this icebreaker. 30 seconds more. Are you able to see the statistics, Patkar sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
madam. Yes, madam.
Okay,
And
I'm
most
not
of
able
the
to see.
participants are saying that this particular link is not visible to them. Can you
Okay.
share on WhatsApp groups so that
Oh.
that will better for all these people?
Actually, on the top, it is mentioned itempool.com. If they can type on the browser, that is also okay. itempool.com/Rajeshwari. But I will
Oh,
text just a minute. Because we have become so much familiar with WhatsApp. Even it is written answer at, we want WhatsApp only. Right, that's okay.
Professor Neha Bora has already shared the link, madam. Okay. Thank you,
Okay,
madam.
done or what? Okay, I also have shared, right? Okay, so 10 seconds more. Okay, I'm going to finish this. Around, I think 65, 66 responses are there. 67, right? Okay, so I'm going to stop this. Sorry with others, right? I'm just finishing. There is no right and wrong answer. So my question was like, are you a first-time teacher of AI? Do you have an intermediate experience teaching AI, or you have full experience and you are an expert? Okay, so what the answer I understood is like first-time teachers or more, 47. Okay, and intermediately like 1 or 2 times or 3, 4 times you would have taken 22, and only 3 are like very experts like seniors, right? Okay, so I'm just closing this. Okay, so hope my screen is fully visible. Who's that?
Yes, ma'am. It's on full
Okay,
screen PPT
thank
only.
you.
Yes.
So good afternoon, all of you. I'm starting this session. I am given the task like unit 3 and 4 to move ahead, right? So I have just wanted to share like I'm from a special interest group.
because more than like the introduction happened, like professor, head of department, I'm very happy and I'm proud to say that I am working with a special interest group at PCCOE. It is Biomedical Artificial Intelligence and Soft Computing Group. So this group means my most of the work is with cancer, heart disease, diabetes, and all. So initially my field was with AI, and AI is a broad spectrum, like just now Prasad madam, she was saying, and somebody has put a question like what is the difference and all. So many of us move towards some narrowed path because of our PhD.